What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham, back with another video from my dad Paul.
Hi.
Where today we'll be reacting to the 2-2 draw with Everton in a game where we probably didn't deserve a win out of the game, and a draw you could argue maybe was a fair result considering how we played in the first half compared to the second half and how they played at times. But ultimately it's a disappointing result, isn't it?
Yes, and that's 8 times apparently. They just said on the TV that we've lost in over 90 minutes.
Yeah, they're becoming a bit of a thing.
But,
not one.
Conceded.
Yeah, and the best coming from this game was Richarlison. He was unbelievable in this game today.
Yeah.
He was, out of this world. Some of those goals he scored, the second finish in particular, that was unbelievable, wasn't it? That strike.
Yeah.
To get that out of his feet from that flick from Maddison on the edge of the box was amazing. And fair play to him for not celebrating in front of the Everton fans, a club that gave him so much. You can understand him not wanting to celebrate against them. And we've got to give it to Everton. They played very well in this game, didn't they?
Yes, they really grind it out. They really were hard to play against.
Very physical.
Made it very difficult. Old school football from Sean Dyche, but it worked.
Yeah, they were brilliant. They had the physical beating of us in that first half, let's be honest. Corners becoming a real issue, I think. Vicario, I don't know why anyone was helping him out. Nobody was helping him out. You could argue, has he been a bit weak? Maybe, but he was being backed into as well.
They want to get somebody in between them.
Yeah, and some of the players on the pitch have got to take responsibility, recognise that, and help him out next time, because it was every corner in that first half, and then in the second half, you felt Everton were going to score, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Vicario had a double save on the line for one of them. And I think this is the sort of game that you kind of felt was going to be decided by a set piece, and we said that in our match preview yesterday, that we felt this game, set pieces could be a big part of the game, and that proved to be the case, wasn't
Very
it?
much so, yeah. But big thumbs up to Van der Ven, absolutely amazing defending throughout.
Yeah, Mickey Van der Ven. I know Richarlison got man of the match, but I think it was Mickey Van der Ven. I think he was absolutely unbelievable today, and it could have been a lot more without him. Him and Romero did defend very well the whole game. The problem in this game was just we were always sort of second to the ball, and our passing was particularly off in that first half. Some of the
Højbjerg in particular.
Højbjerg and Bentancur in that first half, the passing was all over the place and did improve in the second half. But yeah, it wasn't the best showing under Ange for us by any stretch of the imagination, was it?
No, disappointing.
Yeah, in terms of the goal, Udogie, great cutback to Richarlison and a great finish on the volley, because it was a bit of a bobbling pass from Udogie who fizzed it into him. To keep that down shows the confidence he's in, because a confident Richarlison scores that, but Richarlison in the past couple of games, in terms of previous months, he's not scoring that.
No, and the second goal, brilliant flick from Maddison.
Yeah,
and he
good out of his feet, very well.
Perfectly.
And then in terms of on their goals, obviously we said about the corner, and then right at the end, Kulusevski giving away a stupid free kick, and then they end up scoring from Romero's flick on and Braithwaite at the back post. I felt Vicario maybe, could he have been out a bit sooner? What do you think? To close him down?
Yes,
maybe.
Possibly. But overall, it felt like a loss for us and a win for them.
Yeah.
It was neither.
As bad as we were at times, we did still have chances in that second half to kill it off. You think Werner had the one-on-one where he was offside, fair enough. But Maddison had that chance where he was dragging all the players wide, and if he just squared it to his left, Werner was one-on-one. And I think that was really quite a key moment, that if Maddison plays that ball, you'd fancy Werner to score that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
And we would have gone 3-1 up, and you'd think win. From that one on, that would have been my 3-1 that I said before the game. You went with 2-0. So we didn't get any of them right this week. But I think Everton were better probably than we expected.
Yeah.
And we maybe underestimated them a little bit.
Yeah.
Considering their points deduction as well, they would actually be at 11th in the league table.
And they're obviously desperate.
Yeah, absolutely desperate. And that atmosphere in the stadium seemed electric. From the Spurs fans as well. The Spurs fans are brilliant, but the Everton fans really... I think the referee helped the crowd get up a bit.
Yeah. And
some of the decisions in the game. But another talking point, Ben Godfrey was on a yellow card in that first half. And then there was that moment down right in front of the linesman, where Richarlison looked like he was going in for a crunching tackle, and you can see on the replay he's completely missed him, and Godfrey jumps in the air and falls over and completely dives on the floor. Do you think that was a moment in the game as well that could be a bit deciding? Because if you look at Luton Spurs, Basuma went down and he got given a second yellow card. Does it end 2-2 if Everton go down to 10 men? And that was a clear dive right in front of the linesman.
Yeah, all these little things are little moments that can change everything.
I know. I mean, but that was one of the most obvious dives I think you'll ever see. And the fact it was right in front of the linesman, it's shocking that that's not been picked up on, isn't it?
That would have been a red.
Yeah, it just shows the inconsistency in this league with the officials, because I think that was an absolute howler. Don't get me wrong, it's not an excuse for us not winning this game, but little things like that do make a big difference in football, like you say. And I think the officials really need to be more aware of this. If they're going to be giving it out one game, they've got to do the same thing the other way, and this is the problem in the Premier League with the inconsistency of the officials. But in terms of the substitutions in this game, I think the Kulusevski and Pape Sarr ones were necessary, but I'm not sure if the skip and Brian Gill one late on in the game was good. You think when Everton scored, there was always that risk Everton were going to score, and then we didn't have much on the pitch in terms of trying to get another goal. If Maddison stays on, maybe we could have snatched something. And I'm not sure those were the right substitutions so late on in the game. I don't think it would have made a massive difference in terms of tiredness.
No.
And I think maybe they should have stayed on with the potential of conceding when there was only one goal in it.
Yeah.
Personally,
we all have to think that Ange knows best.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to say in hindsight, but I'm not sure on those substitutions personally. But we look to next weekend where we have Brighton at home, where we'll be. Do you think we've got to sort of regroup and we've got the ability?
Should do, yeah.
I think Brighton had a very poor result last time out against Luton, would have lost 4-0. We'll see what their result is this weekend. Obviously, we are the first game of the weekend, so...
Yeah.
And it just feels like a bit of a missed opportunity, really, when we could have been on tied points with Arsenal and City in second.
Yeah.
And now you'd like to think with Villa playing Sheffield today that we're going to drop that back down to fifth.
Probably.
So it was a real missed opportunity, I think, this game.
Yeah.
But like we say, though, Everton have given a lot of the top teams a good run for their money this season. So it's all going to play out, and they're going to be shock results here and there come the end of the season. And we've just got to hope that we can pick up as many points as possible, really. But I think this is probably one of the worst performances under Ange, you could say, in terms of that first half.
Maybe the Wolves.
I think the Wolves game was definitely worse. That was the worst, but this was not great, was it?
No, too many misplaced passes.
Yeah, our passes were just too sloppy in this game, and it's something that's becoming a little bit of a trend, unfortunately. But yeah, we've just got to hope that we can reset and come good against Brighton at the weekend.
Yeah.
Where hopefully we can come through with a win in that game, and then we follow on with Wolves. Having a couple games at home, do you think we can build some momentum, hopefully?
Well, all the next 5 or 6 games should be winnable.
Yeah.
In theory, if we're at our best.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can go on a good run and give us some confidence into that run of fixtures at the end of the season, which is, well, not the easiest, is it?
No.
But there's still all to play for come the end of the season. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. And as always, come on you Spurs!